When people think about the origins of economic thought, they usually turn to the same names: Adam Smith, Karl Marx, or, if they paid attention in school, Aristotle. Yet hidden deep within the medieval world lies a quieter, often overlooked truth, one that Western-centered historical narratives rarely stop to explain. Nearly 1,000 years ago, long before capitalism existed, and long before central banks were imagined, a Muslim thinker issued a warning that still echoes through modern financial crises. He argued that when money loses its moral compass, societies begin to decay from within. Looking at the world today is difficult not to wonder whether he understood us better than we realize. Welcome to financial history, where money, power, and time collide, and where nothing is ever as simple as it appears. To understand Al-Ghazali, one must imagine a world both familiar and foreign. It is around the year 1100. Europe is fragmented and poor, slowly emerging from the ruins of the early Middle Ages. Meanwhile, the Islamic world stretches from Al-Andalus to Persia. Its cities, Baghdad, Damascus, Cairo, are vibrant centers of trade, finance, and thought. Caravans carry silk, spices, textiles, and silver across vast trade routes. Scholars debate philosophy, law, astronomy, and medicine. Wealth is growing rapidly, reshaping society in ways few fully grasp. Amid this transformation emerges Abu Hamid al-Ghazali, part philosopher, part jurist, part theologian, and sharp critic of his age. Born in 1058, he rose quickly to the peak of the intellectual world. By his mid-30s, he held one of the most prestigious teaching positions of his time. But what set him apart was not his status. It was his willingness to question what everyone else accepted as normal. He observed a society growing wealthier, yet increasingly uneasy, an economy obsessed with money but drifting away from meaning, strong on the surface yet quietly decaying from within. The parallel to the modern world is hard to ignore. Al-Ghazali asked a dangerous question. What happens when a civilization becomes rich faster than it becomes wise? Seeking an answer, he turned his attention to money itself. Contrary to common assumptions, he was not merely a religious thinker. He was among the earliest philosophers to analyze money through moral, psychological, and systemic lenses. While Aristotle saw money as a practical tool and modern economists reduce it to formulas, Al-Ghazali examined how money shapes trust, behavior, and social structures. To him, money was not something to worship, hoard, or use as a status symbol. It was a tool, a facilitator of exchange and cooperation. He compared it to a mirror, valuable not for itself, but for what it reflects. Money derives its power not from gold or silver, but from what people are able to build together through it. From this idea came one of his most striking conclusions. Hoarded money is dead money. Wealth locked away does not nourish society, it harms it. Money that does not circulate suffocates trade, deepens inequality, and clogs the arteries of the economy. His argument went beyond individual greed. It was systemic. When wealth is pulled out of circulation, scarcity arises not because resources disappear, but because movement stops. Prices distort, markets break down. Everyone pays the price. He also warned that speculation destroys trust. Those who manipulate prices, create artificial shortages, or profit from crises are not clever. They are corrupt. Profit without contribution, he argued, is illegitimate. Corruption spreads from markets to institutions and eventually to the entire society. Al-Ghazali was not against profit, trade, or wealth. What he opposed was dishonest gain, fraud, deception, manipulation. Markets function only where trust exists. Once trust collapses, the economy soon follows. He emphasized the dignity of labor. Wealth earned through honest work strengthens individuals, while wealth gained through manipulation corrodes them. Societies thrive through contribution, not exploitation. His critique extended to the state. He condemned rulers who debased currency or manipulated money to cover short-term needs, calling it theft. Such actions destroy trust, punish the poor, and destabilize the system from the top down. Injustice from within, he warned, is more destructive than any external enemy. His conclusion remains stark and relevant. A society can survive poverty, but it cannot survive corruption. Economic collapse does not begin when money runs out. It begins when trust does. Money, Al-Ghazali argued, is not a mechanical object. It is a moral ecosystem. And when morality collapses, the financial system collapses with it. History may not repeat itself exactly, but if it is ignored, it destroys in familiar ways.